Hey, what's shaking, guys? Utansi here. Very excited today to be joined by João Miranda to talk all about the brand new release under his line of products. This is Rejoined Express. This is a really, really fun piece of magic that he teamed up with Julio Montaro to bring you guys. And this is actually something that's kind of like an extension of the original, which you're seeing right here, the original Rejoined. Also, they teamed up again, Julio and João, with a playing card, where the card is torn in half and you restore it in this strange altered state. And that is something that I know that you're also familiar with. But this is the brand new one today that we're talking all about, Rejoined Express from the boys. And unfortunately, Julio couldn't join us today. He's actually out performing a show. But I do have João with me. But I did manage to get a quick clip from Julio to say hello to all you guys. So check this out, and then we'll talk to the man himself, Mr. João Miranda.
Hey dudes, what's up? Julio Monteros here. I'm on a show right now. That's why I'm not be able to do Skype with you guys. But I hope you enjoy Rejoined Express. It's a really cool effect, and I'm sure that Joao will explain you everything about this, and you will love this. This is one of the best products I've ever released with Joao. So, Joao, talk a bit about Rejoined Express.
Friends, João Miranda. What's up, sir? How we doing?
Hi guys, hi Luke, how are you? Everything's fine?
Oh yeah, man. It's always good to see you. I know that you're a very, very busy guy, so thank you for spending some time with us today to talk about Rejoined Express.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Thanks so much for the invitation once again. Thank you.
Always, man. Yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't have Julio too. I know he's busy. He's performing right now, but
Yes.
you guys teamed up, so you are the other half. So why not? Let's talk to you all about this brand new release, Rejoined Express. Yeah, very, very excited.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and we have people watching all over the world. And as always, if you guys have questions, feel free to drop those in the comments. We're here to help you out and answer those along the way. But let's go back in time a moment, João. This is something that originally started out as just Rejoined, the original with playing cards. I said this a little bit earlier today. I was doing some live stuff that Rejoined with the playing cards, I liked. I liked it a lot. But then when I saw what you guys did with it with the loyalty cards, now I love it. I love this concept, and I know that you probably know why. As a worker, as someone that's a performer, this is something that's now made it into something that's even more practical and workable. And it really does look 100% impromptu, doesn't it? And I think that's why I like it the most, is because it's something you can carry with you and kill people at a moment's notice, right?
Yes, absolutely. I think that this looks more like real magic. With the original Rejoined, it's an amazing effect. I'll be honest with you. I get amazing reactions with the original Rejoined, don't get me wrong. But what happens is that with this new version, it really looks like 100% impromptu. So one thing is that you go there with your deck of cards, okay, and it's a nice trick. Everyone loves it because I've done it a lot, and I know that. But when you do something from your wallet, it looks 100% impromptu. Looks like you are not prepared to do anything, because that also makes part of the pattern with this trick, which is, let me grab my wallet, let me see if I can try. Oh, I have this. I think they're outdated, and then you do the routine, and they are mind blown because of that. So it's really good.
And I'm showing right now the clip of Julio doing the slow motion. People were asking if they could see the effect. I'm showing it now, and you're on the screen with me too. This basically, the loyalty cards, you've got a KFC card and a Starbucks card, and you rip them in half. And we're now watching as the cards slowly become fused in this altered state, which looks just amazing. And in slow motion, it looks even better, of course.
Yes.
And there it is. So that is the Rejoined Express. That's what the effect is, guys. It's you're able to take these cards that are just sitting in your wallet, that most people have seen or are familiar with. You rip them up and you store them, and you can hand it out at the end. I think that's one of my favorite parts too, João, is that you can now give them this impossible souvenir that I'm sure that they will remember long after you're gone, right?
Yeah, I have performed it where I've previously signed my own signature on the card, but I don't really think that is even needed because it seems so impromptu, and I have people scratching their heads on how this is possible. And one great thing that I do, it's a little subtlety, but which I think is very important. What I do is this: I go into my wallet and I remove the cards, and I say to the audience, I think these are outdated. And then I approach the spectator, and he's looking at the cards at the same time as me, because I think that the date on the cards is 2018. Okay, so it's 1 year before here now, and I let the spectator himself tell me that the card really is outdated, you know. So it's a little detail, but in their mind they are telling me, oh yes, they are really outdated. I can see the date, you know. Are they? Oh yes, I can see. Oh, thanks for letting me know. And all of these small details make the magic much stronger at the end, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And again, it's just something you have in your wallet. So it looks so impromptu. It looks like something, oh, you want to, because how many times have you had it, Jal? And I know that we've all been there at some point where you don't bring your deck of cards with you. You leave the coins at home and you don't have anything on you to do. And so now you'll never be without something that you can perform that they can actually, keep too. So it's a great thing to have on you at all times, just in
Yeah.
case that happens, because you know it will at some point, as a magician.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. When I created this version with Julio, he was in Porto. We were having dinner actually, and we thought we mentioned exactly that because normally when people ask me, "Can you perform a trick?" If I have a deck of cards, I perform or a coin vanish or. But it's nice tricks, but normally I don't carry myself a deck of cards. And I thought if we create a version of Rejoin with everyday objects, in this case loyalty cards,
Yep.
that will be mind blown. And everything started, and you started working and designing and everything. And because you have it in your wallet, you actually forget that you have it in your wallet because it's just on card. When someone asks you, "Can you show me something?" 2 minutes later, they are mind blown. It's really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see it in the reactions from, the performances. We also, guys, if you missed it yesterday, we posted the clip that Zhao was kind enough to do. He does this with a lot of his products now where you get a full performance of the trick aside from just the trailer. And we posted that yesterday on our feed. So if you want to see a full uncut performance, you can see that right here on our
Yeah.
feed as well. It's really cool.
Yes. Yes.
Let's get into a couple questions that people have specifics. This is a good one. It's probably the most common question, Zhao, and that is from Renee, and he wants to know how many gimmicks do you get with the trick? Because obviously you're handing it out at the end. How many do you get before you need to get more?
Yeah. Normally, with the types of effects like this, where you get some refills, the maximum that they give you is about 50. With this one, it's 150, and I'm showing the packaging right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is the packaging. It really is a brick. I can open so you can see how many cards you get. Look at this.
That's great.
You
That's
know,
so great.
so 150 times, it's about 20 cents or so per performance. So if you go to perform at a wedding, let's say 10 tables, for example, the maximum that you spend is about $2, $2.50 for the whole show. It's nothing. So it's really. I thought that people will be doing this a lot, so I thought of including at least 150. That's why there are no refills,
Yep.
So we made it a good price, and 150, it's a lot.
Yeah, and Renee, who asked the question, saying, "Wow, nice." I think that's unexpected because a lot of times when you buy something, you might get, like you said before, 20, 30, maybe 50, something in that area. But now you get 150. So,
It's a lot.
you guys have delivered again. That's seems to be a trend with your magic. Is when you put out a product, whether it uses refills or just a product in general, you always seem to over deliver. With the quality of the product and also you're someone that's been there, done this. You've been a performer for a long time. You know what people want as a performer, and you know that if they're going to do the trick, they're going to need more. So why not help them out from the very beginning,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
No.
Thanks so much for your kindness.
It's true, man. I mean, I got a sneak peek at your next release too. That I know you teamed up with someone else, and again, like your magic is like at this level. It's crazy. Like you find great stuff. You find ways to produce it high quality, and it's always
I
like
must say,
way up
of
here.
course, thank you. But I must say that I also work with 7 people full time. So
Right.
I honestly can tell this. I have the best team in the world because I have an amazing engineers, orders, and they are really, really good. I could not do everything by myself without their help. So props to my team because they are my dream team, honestly.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
More respect to you for shouting them out too. I love it. Here's a question from our friend Antonio. Antonio wants to know, I'm Italian. What's the ticket? What's the language in the ticket? So I know that in the trailer we were kind of showing things quickly because you're kind of going through the motions. Are you able to maybe give a close-up of what they look like? I know you have the pack there,
Yes, let me fold one so I don't reveal 100% how it works.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
But
so this is the KFC one. I can show you at the back. Give me just one moment. I need to do something like
the
this.
magic.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. So it's in English is the question
It's
there.
in English.
Cool.
Yes, it's no problem. I do this in Portugal because Portuguese is my language,
Mhm.
and I never had anyone. This is in English, so this is not true. And it really is very.
Cool.
It really looks. And the date, and you also cool. We have some fake stamps over
Oh, you're
here, and you
great.
can also place your signature. If you really want the extra mile here with a marker, place like a signature on top, so they really look like even more like the real thing. Even though I don't think it's necessary, you can do that. But yes, yeah,
It's
that's
great.
it.
And the other detail that I did see when you held up I think it was the first card, it's probably on both. At the very bottom, again, that attention to detail, you have actually put the date from last year. I could see it at the
Yes,
bottom. Let me go back to you there. Yeah. It's going to
it
zoom
means
in. There it
this.
is. Look at that. It's
Yeah.
every detail.
Yes, it's really good. So normally what I say during a performance is, I think this is outdated, and I pros and I wait. Sometimes I wait 10 seconds, sometimes I wait 15, but I want the spectator to look for me and let me know. It's a small detail that makes a difference, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't even, I myself, I didn't realize that you even had them stamped. That's great too.
Yes,
Like, that's
yes,
great.
yes, yes. Yeah.
So many details covered, which is, and yeah, Mark Call, who's joining us, he says, freaking brilliant. He thinks of everything. It's true, man. You got it covered again. And Mark said that his is actually being delivered, I think, today. His Rejoined Express is coming today, I think. So he's pretty excited over there.
Nice, nice, nice. You will
Cool.
love it. Yeah.
And people are really appreciating the honest details and the honest feedback here because, sometimes we see trailers and you just don't know all the details. And that's, again, why we do this, to try to help people out and give them all those, things they may miss. And I hope that, those little details speak a lot about your release because let's be honest, man, you're releasing a lot of stuff these days. Your company, your team,
Mhm. Yes.
you don't have to do all this, but you do it because you know that it's your name on it and people expect that now,
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And one thing that we do, I think we have nice promos and everything,
Yeah.
but we also always have a full performance. If you see all of my tricks,
Yeah.
they all have a full performance because I think that as a professional magician, I want to see a full performance from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. I think every single trick that's in the world now should have because promos could be a little bit misleading, could have after effects in there, could have a lot of things. But I'm always honest on the videos that I do. I think it's very important. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I know that, it makes our life easier at Murphy's Magic to help people and to educate on what's going on. You definitely help make that easier, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you. This one is a good one, and I knew it was going to pop up at some point, so I'm glad that it did. Pete wants to know, is there a switch involved? Because when you do the effect, you tear the pieces, you put it together. At that moment where the magic is, Zhao, where the moment is they see these pieces fused together in this impossible way, do you have to do a switch at that point? That's a very good question.
Yes, you have to do, but two things. First, the switch is super easy
Yeah.
because the card, the piece that is palmed, is very small.
Yes.
It's very small, so it's super easy to palm.
Yeah.
And this type of material that we chose, it adheres very well to your hand. So
Yeah.
once you have the part, you place it in your hand. You ask the spectator to grab it, and they do this automatically stays in your hand.
Yeah.
So in fact, you don't need to do nothing. You just place this like this, Once they lift, it stays automatically in your hand.
Yeah.
But yes, and also the other thing is that when the switch could happen, depending of course on your performance, for them the effect is over.
Yeah.
So they are relaxed. So it's in the offbeat. So you have all the time in the world to go in your pocket. They don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's good to clarify, though, that I think what some people think of as a switch is that you have, I'm going to hold up two items here, okay? I've got my phone, and I've got the new Jerry's Nugget playing cards, right? A lot of people think of the word of switch as I need to switch my phone for this. So at some point, I need to get this deck of cards into play. But that's not really what's going on here. Let's be honest, though. The word switch, I think, is being used a little different for some people. I wouldn't say so much you're doing a switch as though you're stealing something. You're taking something, right? Then instead of this gets switched for this, you have one object that then you're taking something away from that object. Isn't that a better way to say it?
Yes, I think so. I totally agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah, because the word switch sometimes scares people, and that's why I really wanted to zero in on this because obviously we're not going to give away the method, but I don't think that that's the fair word to use is switch because it's not this is being changed for this. It's there's this one thing in play, you do the trick, and then at the end something goes away, and then they take the thing that's in play. Yeah,
I can show you. So you have here two pieces. Yes.
Yep.
And this is because I don't have people looking from the top, I need to perform this to the camera or you will not see. Okay.
Yep.
So I have here and I do this and that's it.
Yep.
For them, that's it,
Yep.
The trick is finished now. Now you are here and do this.
Yeah.
That's it. Super, super easy, very, very fast. And it's an impossible souvenir. And look at the end, on the climax, you can see that the colors are very different because here we have red and yellow, and here we have white and a kind of yellow, darker yellow. Over here, we made this on purpose so that it really looks like the cards went fused together.
Absolutely. And I think someone nailed it here. Mark popped up again saying, it seems like it's more of a ditch than a switch, and I think that is a good way to put this into context. Is you're getting rid of something, you're ditching it, not switching one thing for another. So I think that's a very good thing to clarify here, and it's another reason I'm glad we get to do this because people speculate, João, and as a Magic creator myself, and I know that you put out a lot of stuff now with your team. People speculate a lot, and they think, oh my gosh, like I know how that's done, so yay for me. But a lot of times they have no idea what they're talking about. They say something, but they don't really know what the answer is, So,
yes,
it's a little.
Even though this is a simple effect, in a simple, you don't need a lot of slide. Actually, you don't need sleight of hand at all to perform this.
Yep.
But there are a lot of details that make. I think it fools magicians the first time that they see. They know that you palmed it, and there is a switch, but I don't think it's very easy when even a magician sees this from the first time to the end to know exactly how the trick works at the first time. I don't think it's easy to. I think it's a fuller, to be honest with you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Another bit of love for you. This one comes from Michael. I just put this up, but I want you to know what it says. Michael says, "Want to get my money?" Question mark. Question mark. Put João's name on a product and I'm sold. João makes relevant magic for today. Another job well done, brother. So he's a fan, obviously.
Thanks so much, Mark.
I know there's a lot of guys like Michael out there that are fans of your work for sure. So yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
James had a question about the date. Just to clarify, it's not a big deal, but he says the date format looks like it's the European date rather than because I think it looks like it's the month, then the date, and then the year. Is that correct? The one that's expired, the date on the
correct. Yes.
Again, not a big deal, but. Just he was asking if that was true, so just
you tell him that you went to Europe and that's it. It's not a big.
Yeah, it's true. They have KFC and Starbucks all over the world, so yeah,
absolutely,
not a big deal. Antonio is just asking, so he thinks one of the two tickets are gimmick. Is that true? Again, we're not going to give away any specifics, but it's just one of them that's you have to worry about. The other one is not a big deal, right?
Correct. Yes.
Very good. Very good.
Exactly.
Cool. Also, skill level. I know you just mentioned there's no sleight of hand involved here, or not really anything to worry about. Mark would like to know, what is the skill set required for Rejoined Express here?
I think that if you can do a French drop, or if you can palm a card more or less, you don't need to do it with one hand, with the pinky or something. But you can, if you have like basic sleight of hand, and I really mean basic, like classic palm, for example, this kind of basic things, this will be a no-brainer. It's so easy, so easy. It's basically, you need to unfold one card, and the other one, you hold it, the trick is finished, Then you palm it in a very automatic way, It's so easy to palm. I think it's very easy. At least it's my opinion. Yeah.
What about the angles on this? There was another question. I'm trying to find it here. Someone was asking about this is from Mark. He says, also, what is the angles like to do the trick? So If you were going to perform this in the ideal setting, where would people be standing for you to be able to perform this the best? You know,
Depends. For example, if you perform at tables, okay, at least I prefer this. I know Julio always performs the other way, but if normally when I do this at tables, I do the handling that I just did to you guys, like this in front of me, okay? But if you do this in a cocktail situation where people are standing around you, you perform the slow motion, which I think it's better in my opinion,
yeah.
the slow motion restoration. I think that one, if you have people all around 360, you can perform the effect. You don't need to worry at all about the angles because your hands cover the secret action in just a fraction of a second, and it's very, very easy to be surrounded.
All right, good to know. And of course, in the trailer, we saw Julio out doing this on the streets, so you can do this in pretty much any situation for sure.
Yeah, and it's very slow. I think that's one of the another great points about this restoration is that people see the halves moving. Okay, they see the halves moving like this, and when they stick, they fuse. There is no cover.
Yep.
So it really looks like magic because normally in restorations, whatever you place the piece and you cover a little bit the piece with one hand. With this, they really see the pieces like this, like this, like this, and then they stick, and they are crazy. People will really freak out when they see and they stop. They freak out because it's a very visual restoration and in slow motion. Because people normally say, oh, magicians are very fast with their hands. They have a lot of sleight of hand. But when you do this trick, when you have two pieces moving, even in slow motion if you want, you can also make the build-up, which is look at this, watch the pieces, your signature, my signature, they are moving, and 1, 2, 3, and they are stick. They are what happened here, it's really cool.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, and we got some friends. Another friend just popped in and said, "I really need to have this in my wallet next week." So people are starting to see the strength of this. I know that in this busy world that we live in, João, with outside of magic, everything's, very quick and very fast. In the magic world, a lot of magic comes out. It's kind of hard sometimes to filter what's good and what's not. So people are here, they're seeing this, and they're realizing, wow, how did I miss this? Or I can't believe I almost missed this, because it's such a powerful piece of magic.
Yes, it's very good. Yeah, very good.
This is a question that I was interested in myself. This one comes from Joey. He wants to know, are the edges ripped or printed to look ripped? Because at the end, you're handing out this strange card with rips on the wrong ends. Are they printed or is it just ripped?
Yes. This method, unlike the original Rejoined, which had exactly that, so an edge which was supposed to look like it was ripped. Now, here it really is 100% ripped. Okay?
Oh, wow.
I can show. Yes. This is not a fake. This is really real ripped. Okay, it's really ripped in here. So it's just a little thing. Even with the original Rejoin, I never had anyone saying that the edges are fake. But for people who might be worried with this, yes, they really, really are real edges. So it's nice.
Wow, that's legit. It actually comes as a surprise to me because I know that's again an extra step that you guys had to do to make that happen. So, I mean, yet again, props to you and your team, man. That's phenomenal. Someone I know that you're very familiar with, Anna's here, or Anna. She says, how was it to work with Julio once again? You two have very good tricks. Julio's such a great guy, such a smart guy.
Absolutely.
Tell us what it's like working with Julio Montoro. I know wish he was here, but let's talk about him since he's not.
Yes, it's very easy because normally when we are together, normally Julio comes to Porto to visit us and my team and pass some days in Portugal, in this city which is Oporto, which is a beautiful city. We will normally go dinner and we start having like a brainstorm of ideas, and he says something and then I say something and probably something that started with the very basic effect 1 hour later. Really big. Is very, very creative. He did a lot of work consulting for Netflix shows and for some big names in magic. And it's really a pleasure working with him because he always had this, and what if we did this, and when our brains work together, it's very nice, and I really love working with Julio.
Yeah,
He's
he's a really cool guy. I had a chance to chat with him a little bit, obviously before we did all this, and I've chatted with him other times too, and seems like a really nice guy. Very cool guy.
absolutely, and very creative as well.
Absolutely. As we start to wrap things up, because I did tell you before this, we try to stick around 30 minutes, and I know this is flying by like it always does.
Yes.
I know the answer to this, João, but it's good to build some hype. Our friend Nigel Quinn says, "Hey, Luke and João, can you mention what's happening on the 26th of August? I know what's up, but I'll let you answer that. What's going on?"
I think Murphys will kill me if I tell anyone exactly what we will be launching. But all I can say is that it's an electronic effect, okay, electronic trick, under $200, okay, so it's not super expensive. And I also can say it's very good value for your money. So I think what you'll get for $100 it's really a lot, and you will see that the quality in the electronics and the effect that it allows to perform, it's really good. I can also let you know that it's a kind of a classic in magic, but me together with another magician from another country worked on this gimmick, and we made something that was not possible before with the gimmick that now we are building. And for now, that's the maximum I can say. I think it's fair, no?
I think it's more than fair, and you actually said more than I thought you would. So shouts,
Okay.
props on that. Yeah, because
Okay.
I put a little teaser up yesterday myself in your group. João has a great private group for magicians covering all of his products. So if you guys haven't checked that out, do it. I put a little picture of me watching the tutorial just to mess with people, just to say, look at me. But
Yeah. Let's hope people don't have access to your laptop.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but it is great, guys. Stay tuned for that. I'm excited for you to see that. I know João is too. So yeah.
Yes.
Mark Call is saying, you're gonna like this. Can I just pre-order it now? I'll take it, whatever it is. So there you go.
Yeah. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I had some customers really which paid me before they knew what I was going to launch. It's true story, and I'm honestly very flattered. It happened. But all I can say is that people will like it. It's a good investment. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. This is something that very workable, very great thing. People are gonna dig on it for sure. Yeah, I'm not gonna say too much either. So we're just wrapping up here, guys. Again, Rejoined Express, it's now officially available worldwide. We do pre-orders sometimes. This one, though, is no longer on pre-order. It's actually available from your favorite magic shop. And I hope that, you guys tuning into this get all the information that you're looking for. If you have any other questions, I'm sure either here on this post or in the group that João set up for all of his magic, he can try to help you out there, too. He's very active. And just a great guy, as you can tell. We get to do this all the time. I get excited when I see your name coming through the back end of our system because I can see the trick. And I can go in and I can see it for other people. So it's always fun to talk to you, obviously. And, thank you for your time. I know in Portugal it's later in the day. And I definitely appreciate your time. And also, I think last time we chatted, I don't know if you had your daughter just yet, but let's just wish you...
I think not. No. Yes, but...
big congratulations. That's the best magic in the world right there, having a kid, right? So.
Thanks so much, Luke. Always a pleasure talking with you. If you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you out.
All right, João. I'll let you get out of here, man. Thank you for your time, and I can't wait to see the next
Bye-bye, Luke.
All
Nice
right.
to see you.